Welcome everybody to Sasha and Goff live recorded. I'm Sasha.
And I'm Goff.
And we are back this week and we are talking about our favorite and least favorite Nickelodeon television shows. That is right.
Yeah.
Viacom's own Nickelodeon. Tell me something about Viacom and Nickelodeon, will you?
Viacom is actually now owned by Paramount, which everything is owned by Paramount these days. But I always remember the Viacom logo at the end and I was like, wait a minute. We did MTV shows. We did Comedy Central shows. We haven't done Nickelodeon shows, so that's what we're doing this week.
Solid. There's a lot to pick from. Nickelodeon's been around for at least 5-6 years, so we got tons of stuff.
Nickelodeon still does their thing, unlike MTV. I guess Comedy Central still does, too.
That's true. MTV is done, right?
Well, no, they're technically still, there is an MTV.
Really?
Yeah, it's where you watch, Jersey Shore. That's still on.
I don't know.
No, there is an MTV. There
VH1.
is. Possibly, but no, all of its, syndicates are...
Okay. I did not know that. I just remember they stopped something recently. Who knows? Who cares? We're not talking about MTV. We're talking about Nickelodeon today. Also talking about this past weekend, which me and Megan went out to the city of Chicago. Have you ever heard of it?
Ooh, look at that. We've been in the city a lot.
Yeah, we're rocking / rolling.
Speaking of rolling, I got a Chicago story too, actually, but
Limp Bizkit?
No.
Oh. You want to? Oh.
No, I was gonna.
Okay.
You know what? I was gonna tell this. I teased it last week, but I think we forgot to because I was gonna talk about at the Wilhelm show. Do you mind if I do this real quick?
No.
I'm really sorry. I saw one of those Coco robots. Have you seen these things? The ones that deliver food?
We saw it too.
Okay. I saw it this was a couple weeks ago. Like I said, when I was on my way downtown to meet up with Al from Melmac, I was sitting, just at a traffic light on Ogden, and it was literally one of those.
Middle of the block.
No, mine was actually, it was on the side. I mean, it was on the side of the road, but it's so it's a fucking robot. Literally, these things are being remote controlled, but they're so jerky and because I don't know. Is there a camera in the front? These things can't be satellite. I don't know, because they're running into people and...
Producer Tony took a picture of it because we also saw it.
I was going to. I wanted to... It just literally rolled right past me. It was just what the hell is happening right now?
And he brought it up. I don't know if you've seen the video where the little robot thing, I think it was in LA or somewhere, it asked somebody to push the crosswalk button. And the person was like... F you, you're gonna take my job, you want me to help you out now, you're a bitch. And it's a video of this guy, he's like, I'll knock you over right now.
Is it the footage from the thing? Did they upload it, or was someone else filming him yelling at it?
I think someone else was filming it. But it was tremendous.
That's so funny. Could you just imagine something like, hello, sir.
Yeah.
You look down, it's what the fuck?
But it's true. Even my morning guy on... Fox Weather Channel in the morning or whatever, they were talking about AI robots, and he's like, well, like I've been saying, these things are going to kill us all. Back to you.
It doesn't, I understand. So I'm looking up, I had to do a little bit more research on this, and I love that they're saying it's people, love it for being cute. Is that really something they're telling me that's... But I mean... all the downside to this thing, if it tips over, it gets stuck, whatever, it's so now does that person have to fly out or whatever to put it right side up? And it's just hey, your food's on its way, but your drink might be gone.
I think it's way smarter than me and you. And
I'm sure they've planned everything out, but that I've read that's the number one problem is these things either getting stuck or running into people.
Yeah. I saw one that ran through one of those glass taxi things where people wait.
That's awesome.
And it shattered the stuff.
Did it just keep going?
And it was it didn't know what to do. It just stood there.
No, that's interesting because it was clear. Maybe the driver didn't notice. It's shit. When birds run into windows.
Yeah. I don't know, but it's scary, and at least we'll all be dead.
I thought of you immediately because I know you're the biggest advocate against the robots.
No.
He is. It's
true.
It's true.
I am for the robots as long
what a sellout
as they make me their leader.
This guy.
So, guys, I bring a lot to the table. I can do simple accounting, and I can play some songs on guitar. Probably not the solos.
Weren't
but
you going to talk about Megan's birthday? Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So it was Megan's birthday this week. We went to the city. It was fine. we went to a place called Beatnik on the River. We took a train. We took a train to the city.
Nice.
That's always a good thing. We went to a restaurant called Beatnik on the River. I kept saying beating it on the river.
I would actually just think of you like literally beating a person named Nick on the river. Like that's Tuesday night we beat Nick on the river.
Yeah, interesting place, boho chic, which means bohemian. I found out. Unlike how me and you dress, which is hobo chic.
Yes.
Which is a fancy homeless person.
Like it.
So we went to that place, took some pictures, did some basic white girl stuff. Did you know there are basic black girls as well? This is something interesting.
I mean, I assumed.
There was a black girl who was taking a picture with like in the background, and I was like, Megan, look at this attractive black lady over here.
Did you guys nod at each other?
Yeah. And I was like, no, look at this basic black girl. That's pretty funny, right? And she's like, stop saying stuff about race really loud in public.
Very loudly and pointing.
And stop recording it and putting it on the internet for your family to see. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. But anyway, we had a good time. It was a nice place. We had some hummus and other Mediterranean delicacies. We went to some bakeries. We got some stuff. We went to Michigan Avenue. We walked around. We walked from there all the way to the Field Museum, where if you know Chicago, that's quite a hike.
It is.
It's quite the hike. And we walked. Do you want to guess how many steps we put in? Megan has the ring attached to her phone, attached to her feet, or however that works to count her steps.
Did you guys start calculating when you got there, or just for the day?
For the day.
For the day. I'm going to give you...
Keep in mind, we didn't do much from waking up to the train. So it's not like half the day went by or whatever.
31,000 steps.
It's too much. That we did
24
last week, like the Savannah Bananas. 22.
22. Nice.
Which is about 11 miles.
That's great.
It's not great. We were in a lot of pain, and we had to take an Uber.
But hey, at least you're healthy.
From the well, my heart gave out that day as well. We took an Uber. Well, we couldn't take an Uber because apparently something happens at Soldier Field. We don't know what happens at Soldier Field. Who knows? But the Chicago Fire were playing. Oh. And so they like turned off Uber for like if you were in between the field and Soldier Field, the Field Museum and Soldier Field. They wanted us to go like across Lakeshore Drive to get an Uber. Like you couldn't change the setting. Huh. And then one guy came up and he was like, "Hey, you looking for an Uber? I'll drive you." And we were like, "How much?" And he charged us twice what the Uber was. But he was great, and he was honking at people, and he got us there very quickly, and we were able to get home. So that was cool. There was a Devil Wears Prada. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
No, I don't. I know the band. I don't know what you're talking about, though.
There's a movie called The Devil Wears
Prada.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the hardcore band.
No.
Or the metal screamo band, sorry.
So the second movie of this installment, not featured on our best sequels
I was just going to say.
They put a giant shoe, like high heel pump in the middle of somewhere in Chicago, and we happened to walk by it, and Megan wanted to take a picture with it because basic white women do stuff like that. Every time Megan wants a picture with something, she touches whatever that thing is, and it's really funny to me. So she went and now she's self-conscious about it because I brought it up. But so she went up to this thing and she touched it, and then she was like, "Oh no, I don't know, whatever." And then a security guard came over and said, "No touching!" And I laughed so hard. No touching! Because from Arrested Development, it was incredible. And so, I mean, that's it. That's the story of that pump was the Arrested Development thing. But
there was nothing blocking it off, huh?
No, it was just in the middle of like the block outside. It wasn't in like a museum. It was outdoors, right next to the river, Chicago River. So I don't know what that was all about. But anyway, we did that. So what else happened here? Okay, so Field Museum. We get to the Field Museum. Now, you know me and Megan. We're both scholars here. We both like to think, and we both we're interested in life and everything that it brings, you know?
Clearly.
So we go to the Field Museum, and we walk around, and we walk through probably all of the exhibits, or close to all of the exhibits. And we probably missed 95% of the stuff because everybody stops and looks at things and reads stuff and looks at every artifact. And we just walk through, and whatever we can take in, like on both sides, like it's a flea market or something. That's not true. I look at everything at the flea market. So I don't know why we go to these things, but we had a good time.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know, when you go to a museum, how do you take it? What's the last museum you went to?
Does the Shed Aquarium count? I don't know. No.
It counts.
Okay. I mean,
When was that?
a year or two ago.
How do you take it
Well, the Shed Aquarium is just essentially like in wings, so it's like you can easily see everything. It's
See
more the
everything if you
exhibits
stay in
that
line.
yeah, if you stay, it's almost like one of the Caputos over in the Carroll Stream area. It's just like weird that it has like branches going off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's how it's. So if you're in that big middle lobby there, you're gonna pretty much see all of that. It's more the exhibits, I think, that are taught. You got to just pick which ones.
harder to take a look at?
Yeah,
Do you stop and read anything like plaques if it says like the turtles,
I'll do that at the zoo occasionally, and I feel like it's the same plaque I've read a million times. But the northern black bear
I think we're just bored
likes to have sex with
museums. Keep going. With who?
other northern black bears.
okay.
Probably.
Yeah, I just think it's weird that like there's a lot of people there who are like really into what's going on, and they're like reading about the Aztecs and stuff, and I'm like, I literally took a picture. I was like, this guy's wearing checkered suits. He probably likes ska, right? I took 2 pictures of myself. One was because it was in a room that was a checkerboard, and then this was the other one. Look at these guys.
More ska.
Yeah, they're wearing
Ska
checkerboard
Knights.
suits.
Knights of ska.
So I don't know. It's just not really like our thing, I guess. But we have a good time. It's just I don't think we appreciate enough what past civilizations have gone through. Like we just don't care. Like what mush brain? I don't know what it is. Like
See, I would much rather go to Ripley's Believe It or Not and look at the medieval torture devices when I want my history lesson.
Yeah, and we went a couple either last year or 2 years ago. Whenever we went to the Dells, it was a good time.
Solid, yeah.
Yeah, solid. So maybe it's just civilization bores us, and we need cool things to look at. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but we did all that, and I don't think Megan has had all these thoughts that I just explained on the thing. She was just like, yeah, it was fine. It was cool. Whatever. Yeah. We had a good time. We were on the train. What do you think about this? There was a guy on the train, took his shoes off, and then you know how you can move the train seats so that you could have the 2 on your side? And he had like his feet up on the chair. Okay. And then just his shoes on the ground. What do you think about that?
Was it crowded? I mean, like, did he have room for this? Like,
he had room. It was not taking up space, but just in general.
It's an asshole move. It still is. Move. It's like, I mean, like, did the guy look...
Indian guy, so you're calling all Indian people assholes.
No, but I mean, like, was the person homeless?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right, but yeah, no, it's like an F you to everyone else.
Yeah, and there weren't a lot of people there, but there were enough people there. There was also, have you ever had this situation where a lady was talking about something, and like I listened to her conversation, and then it reminded me of a story that I had to tell Megan, but if I told it to Megan, then that lady would know that I was listening to her conversation. Yeah,
and it was such a weird like topic. You're lying, you're just stealing her story.
Yeah, she was like talking about gay porn or whatever, and then I start talking to Megan about gay, like clearly we were talking.
And then all of a sudden you're making a gay porn
again. Yeah. But
I know how it goes.
Yeah, so that happened too on the train's fun. I like taking the metro anyway.
Joni actually last week, we saw this band Wilhelm Scream in Chicago. She actually, I didn't mention it then, but she was like, "No, you taking the train down there?" I was like, "No, I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna meet Mike." She's like, "You should probably take the train," because she knows I suck at driving, and I just panic.
Really?
But, yeah. No, this was an easy one though. It was just pretty much Roosevelt. No, you know what? It's that 294, that junction area. But I mean, like everyone will say that's awful. But I mean, that like gets me to where I just want to pull over and like hyperventilate. It's like, oh.
This right here, this is what this podcast was about. Remember way back episode 1, I was like, I want to learn more about Goff. Yeah. I like Goff. He's a good guy, but I don't know too much about it. Whatever. This is something. I don't know you're a bad driver.
Oh, no.
You're the worst driver in your family? That's what you said?
Perfect. It's like, you don't like driving because you have to deal with other ethnicities out on the road?
I didn't say that. You said that.
Oh,
I'm saying
Louise.
You just said you were a bad driver. Or Joni knows that you're a bad driver. You don't admit to it? Is that what this is?
I'm not a bad driver.
See?
I'm a scared driver. Yeah,
Okay.
no, I'm a wuss. Lastly, I had something interesting happen at work.
Okay.
They had to send me to Costco to pick something up because our courier delivery guy was busy. So I had to pick up 3,000 cookies.
Wow.
It was pretty interesting, actually. I have a picture. I can maybe we could post it afterwards. But yeah, when you're sent in there, and they're notorious for not having grocery bags. You just have to pretty much grab boxes.
Really?
But yeah, it was I think 120 cases from the deli of cookies. You suddenly become the most interesting and most popular person at the store because hey, where are you going? And then. You with some people, it's just like, hey, you can come with. Other people, it's just like, shut the fuck up, man. Like, can you help me? No, because it got to the point where I was pushing the cart like backwards because there's nothing to. They were just stacked. It's just plastic things stacked up. So I had to push the cart backwards using like the handle as.
What does that cost?
Almost $1,000.
Wow, that's great.
Yep,
that's a good day. Just buying cookies.
It is good.
Buying 3.
I somehow made it back to work though, so
good job. Even though you were scared.
I was scared. Yeah, I was close to Interstate 355.
Cool. You want to play Rank 'em this week?
Yeah, let's do it.
I got a Rank 'em for you. We're talking about neighbors. It's someone that I brought up last week. Gave me a thought. No, just kidding. Megan brought this up and demanded that this be on the podcast.
All right.
She said rank neighbors by who you would most want to live next to out of these people.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 4, and then we can go from 4 down to 1 or whatever.
Sounds good.
The neighbors are Wilson,
okay,
from Home Improvement, Mr. Feeney, Boy Meets World, Kramer, Seinfeld, and Jefferson Darcy from Married with Children. Who's the least one that you would want to be your neighbor? Do you have a 4?
I think the 4. All right, sorry, it was Wilson, and then who was second?
Mr. Feeney.
Mr. Feeney would be because I remember when we did TV Neighbors, he was actually in my bottoms because, like I said, man, the last thing I want to do when I'm like a junior high or high school kid, when I'm going out back to try to have a smoke, is this fucking asshole's always out there, and then it's just like, Mr. Matthews.
Hear me out.
It's like, God damn it, Mr. Feeney, I don't care.
You're no longer a junior high student. You don't have to.
Oh, so okay, yeah, right now, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, but still, it's just like, I mean, I guess I'm not going out to have a smoke anymore, but like, yeah, no, Mr. Feeney, yeah, the guy, so he's gonna always try to give you wisdom.
Okay.
Are you doing yours as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
My number 4 is Kramer.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. He's a loose
annoying.
cannon. He's from what I know about him. He's a loose cannon, and you don't know what's going to happen. And I just don't want that. I have a situation now where I don't know who my neighbor is going to be. And if it ends up being like Kramer, that might have been cool when I was like 20 or something to have this crazy neighbor. But now I just want peace. You know what I mean? So that's Kramer's my number 4. Who's your number 3?
Wilson, Kramer, and who's the last one?
Wilson, Mr. Feeney, Kramer, and Jefferson Darcy.
Jefferson Darcy, okay. All right, so my number 3, yeah, I agree. It would be Kramer. Which actually kind of reminds me, another one actually who's not on this list, but another great one would be Lawrence from Office Space. Hey, Peter, man. Yeah. But yes, Kramer, as far as I know that's part of the joke, but I would hate it if there was a person just constantly walking into my home. Without knocking.
Good call.
That's for one. I mean, again, that's part of the charm, but clearly he does that. And yeah, he's like you said. I think the fact that you just be like, dude, calm the fuck down. Like he might
settle down.
Yeah,
settle down. Yeah. My number 3 is Jefferson because you can't have a neighbor who's better looking than you. You can't. You just can't do that. It's gonna be a distraction. You can't have it. Okay. So only ugly neighbors. My number 2 is Wilson from Home Improvement.
Okay.
And my number 1 is Mr. Feeney.
Wow.
I believe they kind of go 1 and 2 because they both provide you with knowledge. But I think there was an episode where Wilson was like doing yoga naked or something weird, and like you can't have that. At least Mr. Feeney's old. He's gonna be quiet. He's gonna be respectful.
He never is though. Not the respectful part because he has to be like involved in everything. Listen. All right. Wilson, another guy who likes to spout unnecessary info. Maybe. You still, though, you got to go to that fence to meet him. Mr. Feeney, there's no fence there.
He's
that
just
son of a
coming
bitch
over.
is just like, no matter what, he knows you're outside. Wilson, you could,
I feel like they had a fence with a door in it.
Was it?
Like, for both.
I thought they just had, like, almost one continuous patio with, like, shrubs in between.
Yeah, it might be right.
Yeah.
It might be right. But yeah, there's not enough protection there.
Yeah, Jefferson, he'd probably be the funnest. But it would be Wilson for me would be my number one because, like I said, I feel like you have to go to him.
Okay.
So it's like if I didn't want to talk to him, I could just stay close to the house. Right. Mr. Feeney, there's no fence. He's going to keep walking through. Jefferson's, hey, let's go out. Come on, let's get bitches.
So Jefferson's your number one?
Number two. Oh. He's my number two.
Oh, yeah.
Should
Wilson's
be my number one. But
okay. All right. That's all I had for that. Anything else you want to bring up before we move on?
No, sir.
Let's move on to what we're putting inside ourselves. This week for you, Goff, I got two things. I'm going to start off the first with a show that I went to. I went to see a band called Landowner.
Oh, yeah.
This is the second time I've seen them. The first time was outdoors in March, outside of the Empty Bottle for a fest that they played where it was 0 degrees outside.
Was that Ska Fest or something like that? Or just
No, it was called Music Frozen Dancing.
Okay.
And they do it every year outside the Empty Bottle in March. They just had it again. If I would have known about it, I feel like it was way more known last year than this year. But they've been doing it for many years. And they bring in like beer vendors and stuff, and it's all outside in a courtyard in between two buildings. It really is a cool. It's not too big, but there are a lot of people.
I
there.
have been to things like that. Like I went to a
It's
Mest, I believe, Q101 show that was like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's
in
like
between two, like in an alleyway essentially.
The back of the stage is literally like a street with houses on it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
This is great. And so I saw Landowner then, and I just like this band. They're a really weird band. I think I've played them for you before. Yeah. They have they don't sound like anyone else. It's a very tense, nervous sounding, repetitive.
It seems, I think sorry to cut into what you're talking. It keeps ramping up like it do and it's almost.
And then eventually your head is shaking.
Then eventually,
more,
you're like, let's go.
And then you're into That's a great way to put it too. It continues to
like
have
escalate
this upper trajectory. The bass plays such a big part in it because it's just continuous and just like I don't know how to describe it, but there's a lot of tense feeling and then like release and that's when everybody's kind of like super into it. I love these guys. They played a place called Sleeping Village. Have you ever been to Sleeping Village? So I've never been there before. I know it's been a venue for a couple of years at this point. The front of it is a bar. It's like a hipster bar. Bunch of hipsters, bunch of like younger people, obviously. And then here comes old man me with my cane walking through. Yeah. And there's a venue in back. And what a cool venue. I don't know how many people it holds, 200, let's say. But it's like a nice stage with an area that's like the pit. And then there's like even a balcony, which is the bar is back there, and the merch and stuff like that. It was really cool setup, but for like smaller shows. Okay. They were awesome, and they played for an hour. Now, I want to ask you, because last week we were talking about a show that we went to on a Thursday. 4 bands, 2 opening bands. They played half an hour each. This show was a Friday night, 2 bands only.
Love it.
Landowner played for 1 hour. And then the other band I didn't even stay for. I was like, I want to go home.
Yeah.
And I went home, and it was so awesome to just be at a venue for an hour and 10 minutes or whatever it was. Now, of course, that's because I wanted to see the opening band. What if you went to a show that was 2 bands, but for 1 hour you had to watch the opening band who opened for Wilhelm?
Like La Armada?
No. The opening band, the first band, Burn Rebuild,
yeah.
And now they're playing for an hour.
No.
So which do you prefer?
Well, no, absolutely. Like what you said, if I could just go and then get the hell out of there. Because when I saw
that's not what I'm asking, though.
Well, I thought you were saying... Say it again.
Let's say you're going to a show.
Okay.
And there's 2 bands, and you want to stay for the second band. But for some reason, you got to get there an hour early.
Okay, part of it is...
You have to sit through the hour.
That first band we saw.
And the first band is Burn Rebuild, but you have to see it for an hour now instead of 20 minutes and getting a break. Or do you want to see two bands play, but half an hour each, and you don't know what you're gonna get, and at least there's a change in music.
I'll take the one. I'll deal with the hour for the one band.
Yeah. Because at least you know immediately your thing is next.
Well, when I saw Protest the Hero in West Chicago, like last year or whatever, that's exactly how it was, and I couldn't believe it when I went in, like the merch table. It's like, all right, well, the third band clearly just doesn't have any stuff, and it's like, oh, there's fucking two bands. That's it? So, yes, that was awesome.
Yeah, and like that. The other cool thing is I only wanted to see the opening band, and usually if you only want to see an opening band, you only get a 20 to 30 minute set. They played an hour. I was good. I was like, I got my shirt and I'm out of here. Absolutely loved it.
Hell yeah.
Great band. Check them out. They have a new album that just came out. I don't know the name of it. Assumption, something like that.
Sure.
But cool venue too if you get a chance to go to Sleeping Village in Chicago. Here's a crazy part though. It's a 9 p.m. show. I like Friday shows because I'll go straight from work to the show.
Yeah.
I won't come back home. I'll go because I'm closer to the city. 9 p.m. show. I came home, waited 2 hours, and then I went, and that kind of sucked. Yeah. And then the only other thing, so big thumbs up to Sleeping Village, big thumbs up to Landowner, and I apologize to the last band because I didn't stay for them. The only other thing I got here for you is Arcade Fire has a new album. I like a bunch of Arcade Fire stuff. I am that pretentious weirdo guy who likes some of their stuff. I get a lot of people don't. That's cool. But I do like a lot of their stuff. You know, that guy's had his own issues. Do you know about his issues? Like sexual assault.
What's his name?
Win Butler?
No idea.
So I don't know this fully, but his wife was also in Arcade Fire.
Okay.
And they just recently got a divorce, I believe. But years ago, he had like a bunch of claims of, I believe it was sexual assault. We'll say allegedly because I don't know exactly what it was, but like basically being a creep in whatever town they're from in Canada for many years. And a lot of people came out and had all these weird stories about him.
Okay.
And then he came out, he apologized. He said a lot of them were not true, or all of them weren't true, whatever it was. But a lot of people just, they turned off the comments on their Instagram posts because people are just like, you're a monster and stuff like that. So a lot of time has gone by. They still play festivals and whatever, but they're not as...
This guy's still in the band?
He's the singer. He's
okay.
He's the main guy in the band. His brother left the band, and nobody knows why, but, people are like, well, he knows. Whatever. You know how people talk. So anyway, they put out a new album called Open Your Heart or Die Trying, and I was like, oh, cool. I'll listen to some new Arcade Fire. I put it on. First 3 minutes of the opening track, of an 8-minute track, by the way, is just noises and sounds and nothing. And so I fast forward and I get to the 5-minute mark and nothing, and the 7-minute mark, and I'm like, the first track is just like
is entirely sound. The intro for every Turnstile song in the new album.
Exactly. Except 8 times longer than Turnstile does it. It's just an 8-minute track of whatever. I go, okay, well, at least the second track won't be the same. And it wasn't. It was a little bit different, and it was just noise, but it was different noise. And then the rest of the tracks were also this. It was like 8 or 9 tracks, whatever it is. I got too angry to figure out how many tracks there were. I just kept clicking tracks and then going to different parts in the song.
Yeah.
And I never hit lyrics in any song. It was an album of just noise.
Now, did you do any research? Was it supposed to, is it a concept album or something? Or maybe you just didn't see the memo?
I was asking AI, and AI seemed as confused as I did. AI didn't have the answers.
Album.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
now, do they do this ever? Not obviously not a full instrumental, but do they have songs that are like this? I mean,
no. This infuriated me.
Wow.
And I don't know if there's any tracks with lyrics on it. I'm not going to listen to an hour of this or a half hour of what I think is just noises. And it seems like more pretentious than even they are already considered being.
Wow.
And insane. And I can't... If anybody gives this a positive review, I would like to know why and
Like as a fan of their other stuff, yeah. Like
A fan,
what the hell is this?
a critic, anyone who listens to this who says a good thing about it, before I slash your tires, I'd love to know why you think this is a good album. So the thumbs down is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I guess so.
To the Arcade Fire album.
Okay, I got a thumbs up for the new Arcade Fire. Now, all right. First off, did you watch Ted Lasso?
Nope.
I can't remember. All right, so I just saw a trailer for season 4, which I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it's not. I couldn't care less that he's coaching a girls team now, a female team. But it's like that show's done. Like I was happy knowing that show wrapped up. Like so clearly they just
wait. So it was a finished show.
They said that at least it's like this is the final season of Ted Lasso. So I mean,
wow.
If they bring like. I don't know if it's just going to be him starting over with a whole new... Because, I mean, like, the coaches and his assistant coaches... Ted Lasso, by the way, is a great show. I mean, it did, like, have... It had its ups and downs, but for the most part, I would say it was a really good show. But anyway, I thought maybe you watched it. And, yeah, I don't even know if I want to get into this. Because, like, I'm happy with where it ended, I guess. Actually, no. I think Ted Lasso also famously kind of had a lot of open ends that were...
It's a show that I tried getting into many times. It's about soccer. It has Jason Sudeikis,
He's
who
so
I like.
good.
I don't understand why I can't watch this show. There's a big tit blonde lady on this show.
Yeah.
That's everything. These are the big 3 to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know, or the big 2, I guess.
Well,
but I just don't understand why I don't like the show, and I've tried it multiple times. And
well, the first season I remember just being like, this is like the most like homely like it's just such a nice show. You feel good when you're watching it, and then like obviously like as the show went on, they dealt with some more stuff. But yeah, I just I wasn't sure if you saw that and wasn't sure what you thought. All right, both of us being former servers. I was only for like a year though. You were much longer than I. You ever seen the Slammin' Salmon?
No.
This is by the guys who did Super Troopers, so it's the same like 5.
Movie?
Yeah, yep. It is on Amazon actually. If you want to check it out. So it is by Broken Lizard. This was their, I think, last one that came out. So this is like post Super Troopers and all that stuff. I guess I won't spoil anything for you because I want if you're gonna watch it. So check that out. It's got a great cast. It's got some really good stuff in it. I will say though, because I was just gonna ask if you had seen it, what you think of that versus Waiting with Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
I think Waiting is a better movie. Alf and I talked about that. Actually, he agreed. But yeah, so I won't go into it then if you're gonna
if it's
possibly check it out.
Restaurant stuff that interests me.
Yeah.
I would bet that it's not better than Waiting, or at least in my opinion, because I love the movie Waiting, and it's one of those movies where you go, this person who I work with is that.
Yep.
This person.
Or it's like
this.
the person who made this movie has worked in a restaurant before.
Yeah,
you know.
So
sure. The Slammin' Salmon, I mean, it's written by the same guys, you know, the Broken Lizard guys. So it's really funny, but yeah, it's like I kind of wonder. It's just like, all right, there's certain parts where you're like, and then you do that in Waiting too, but I'll stop there.
Okay.
All right. What else do I got here? The Ballerina. This is the newest, I guess, in the John Wick world, whatever. Okay. Yeah, Ana de Armas. She's the female John Wick in this, I guess. But we threw this on at work, and it's like I'm kind of watching it in the background, and it's like it's fine and everything, but once that action gets going, you're like, I'm fucking in. I mean, like whoever directs these action, scenes in these John Wick movies are incredible. There is a blowtorch battle in this where literally 2 people are dueling blowtorches. Also, I had to write down, spoiler for a sec, this is the best kill in the movie, what I thought. She shoves a grenade into a guy's mouth, pulls the pin, and then pushes like a bank vault door open, to get him into the corner, and he just explodes. Wow. It's so good. But anyway, yeah, the Ballerina, thumbs up. New Atreyu album, The End Is Not the End. Much better than I thought. I'm happy about that. I haven't really been a big Atreyu fan since Alex, their former lead singer, left. However, the drummer, forgot his name, but he's got the clean vocals. Always really liked him a lot. He became the new lead singer now. He's not drumming anymore. And then the bass player, I believe, does like the screaming and all that fun stuff.
You know Mike from Break the Sounds drummed for Atreyu?
I did not know that.
No, you know.
Well, that's probably because the drummer is like the only guy in the band now that hasn't been with them so I wonder if they've had a touring since Alex left. And anyway, all right. And then the last thing, all right. I was really excited to talk about this because This is a show that's been on for quite a while.
Night
I've
Court.
never watched it before. Somehow, something came across in like one of my reels, and I'm like, I gotta check this out. It is the fucking insanity that is the Eric Andre show.
Oh.
Have you ever watched it?
No, I've seen clips and I've gone like, I think this is too much for me.
Al from Melmac said the exact same thing. He's like, I've watched a couple episodes. Dude, it is insane. I mean, like, I think it's a full like 20, because it's on Adult Swim, so like I was thinking maybe it would be shorter, like a half show or something, but I think it's still full length. It is like, I was dying laughing, but it is definitely a show where like if you watch 3 or 4, you could be like, all right, it wears out really fast because it is just chaos. Like every episode starts with him destroying the set before the show even starts, running out, jumping through things, just like an animal, like a Johnny Knoxville thing. That's why he's like perfect when he volunteers for these jackass type things. Eric Andre's a fucking lunatic. And then Hannibal Buress is the co-host. I didn't know that. He's like the Andy Richter.
Yeah.
He's absolutely hysterical. And it reminds me a little bit of Between Two Ferns, because at least the gist, and you can tell this is probably true because like the later seasons, they had to kind of change up the format. People didn't know that these were like these kind of interviews. Like they knew Eric Andre and it was almost like, yeah, I'll be on your new show. Mm-hmm. You can tell they're just like he was interviewing Stacey Dash and like little fucking mice just start coming out from under the couch, you know, and Hannibal, they're just like, yeah. She starts screaming because she doesn't know this, and to them it's just like, what, you know? But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like it could wear thin on you. And Eric Andre himself, I don't even know exactly how I feel about him because I think he's kind of obnoxious too. But this show, man, and then there's a lot of like, there's the main thing, which is like the talk show, which is clearly just him asking uncomfortable, stupid questions. But then they'll cut away and it's almost like a Jackass type skit where he's either pranking someone or he'll be the victim of being, you know.
Okay.
So it's a really weird, almost like a variety type show. Had it like much crazier, but the vibes of like, what's up with that? Where there's just random stuff going on. It's like he'll destroy this set, and then all of a sudden there's like a Latino guy in the corner dancing, and he runs over and punches that guy in the face, and then just sits down in his chair. And it's hilarious. Like the house band, every episode he starts off by tackling that guy through the back wall, and then you see someone from the set department run out quickly and put like a new bass drum down. It's so good. Like, again, I think it would wear thin on people. And I watched like 5 episodes and I was like, I'm good for quite a while, but I have to bring this up on the pod.
How do you watch Adult Swim?
It's on Hulu. You can watch or at least Eric Andre. You can watch it on Hulu.
I like Eric Andre. He was in Two Broke Girls too, as kind of like a sarcastic, probably a toned down version of him or whatever. I've seen some of his stand-up. I like his stand-up. I've seen the show clips. I saw one with the big one that I kept seeing was Dawson from Dawson's Creek.
I didn't see that one
because he just recently passed, so that one went around for a while. It just seems like mayhem and chaos and whatever. I'm in for watching it. Have you ever seen Nathan by You with Nathan Fielder?
No.
I kind of wonder if this show is the same as that one, where you kind of get the gist of what's going on after 5-6 episodes, and you're like, I don't need to watch any more of this, or like I can and I know I'll like it, but like whatever. I'm gonna watch it because I've been intrigued by it, but I haven't known anybody who's said like you have to watch this. So if you're saying I gotta watch it, I'll give it a shot.
Like I mean, just chaos is like the word for it. It's just it's so goddamn funny though.
And I'll watch it.
Just this guy's nuts.
I watch it way before I watch Fight Club. Sorry, Al.
That's all right. That's all right.
I'll watch at least an episode of it.
You said you saw Popstar, right? The Andy Samberg movie.
I did, yeah.
You remember he is in that, and they're part of like the TMZ, but they're making fun of it. Like Will Arnett's the guy that he's like the main dude.
Okay.
And it's like Eric Andre and Chelsea Peretti, and you know, of course, they're just like everything's so goddamn funny.
Yeah. Great.
That was
I'm gonna
great.
watch that again before I watch Fight Club.
Hell
That's
yeah,
a great
Popstar was great. All right, so yeah, huge thumbs up from me at least for Eric Andre. You might come back next week like, dude, you're an asshole, and I can't stop thinking about how much it sucked. But I think it's 6 seasons, so
okay.
Yeah, he did pretty well. But that's all I got.
All right. with that being said, let's move on to our top 3 favorite and least favorite Nickelodeon shows.
Let's go.
Starting off with our top as we normally do. I thought this said Dong, but it doesn't. It says Doug. I love Doug. Doug funny. I love everything about this show. Skeeter. Someone at my work said that I remind them of Roger from this show.
I know the characters. I was never a Doug guy, though, so...
Oh, okay. I might even be wrong with Roger. Roger was like if Roger is who
or the leather jacket, right?
Yes. Yeah, he's kind of a bully. So either
leather daddy
cool
Sasha.
or I'm either cool or I'm a bully at work. So I don't know what that means. But, I love Doug, and it was a great show. And, the music on it was fantastic. Ooh, Killer Tofu.
What was their band called?
The Beats.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Hey, speaking of you bullying older people, did that the Serbian guy ever pay his tab?
The priest?
The priest.
He did.
The Serbian guy.
The Serbian priest came in. My coworker said he was a very handsome priest, and I said,
they usually are.
Tell me
Ours
about
was.
it. And he came in and he was like, look, I don't know what's going on with you and the lady who placed the order, but that's between you ladies. I'm just here to pay, and he paid.
Wow.
And so yeah. And then did I tell you about the next lady, the Croatian lady?
No.
Maybe next week.
Okay.
Maybe next week.
All right, fine.
Doug is my number 3.
My number 3 is Salute Your Shorts.
Ooh.
And the crazy thing about these Nickelodeon shows, too, is that these ones didn't go that well. Like, Salute Your Shorts, to me, was a show that was on, like, for 5 years. It went for 1 year.
Yeah.
I don't know how many seasons they pumped out in that 1 year,
I
but...
think it was, like, 22 or something.
That's it.
I think that's it.
That's crazy. Yeah. But Salute Your Shorts was an awesome show.
I mean, we're talking Donkey Lips. We're talking Ugly. Bobby Budnick.
Ugly was one of the best jokes there because if you never figured that out, his name is Stanley and they call him Ugg.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, it was...
awesome. Zeke the Plumber.
So it says, 91 to 92, it says 2 seasons, 26 episodes.
Okay.
Which I have the pirated DVDs of this that Megan bought me for Christmas or my birthday 1 year. They're like 10 feet away from you right now. So we could just end this and watch that right now.
Fuck it, let's go.
Salute Your Shorts rules. My number 2 is Clarissa Explains It All.
Good one.
That was one of my favorites. It was like the right age for me at the right time. If you didn't like the cartoon stuff and it was like real live action or whatever you call it, people... she was very funny. Her brother was very funny. Was it Ferguson?
Ferghead.
Yeah, it was good stuff. Great show, and one of the shows that I watch most. So
unique points too for the having a caiman, the baby alligator. Remember, it was just like always part of her room, but there was a little toy like sandbox in the room that had like an alligator in it.
I don't remember.
Or I think it's called a caiman, but yeah, they're like baby alligators. Yeah, pretty cool. My number 2 is Ren and Stimpy. This is the show that I feel like kind of paved the way for SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah. Just when you're watching it and you're like, what the fuck is this? Why are they showing close-ups of them eating and like just gross like inside the ear canal and up the nose and like weird-ass things like powdered toast, man. You remember like that guy flew backwards. Do you remember that? Like, I don't know if you remember. He flew backwards. And then there was Log. So it was just a great show. Yep. And, of course, was it Ren, the Chihuahua, who's just, like, so angry all the time. And it's just a great show. So much fun.
Definitely original and definitely not a, like, regular style of cartoon.
No, like, again, I mean, weird. Like SpongeBob, weird I know.
Colors and stuff, too. Like, it's just weird.
Yeah. But, yeah, Ren and Stimpy's my number 2.
Okay. My number 1, Salute Your Shorts, my absolute favorite. Nice. We've already talked about it a little bit. I don't have too much to add to it. It's just I absolutely love that show, and I'll talk about other shows that I didn't like, and that's it.
Okay.
Salute Your Shorts, number 1.
All right, my number 1 is, I guess, whatever iteration you want to take of Double Dare. I love game shows on Nickelodeon. I'm going to get to the Potent Notables in just a second. But Double Dare, speaking of going up the nose, like the final challenge, there was like pulling the flag out of the nose, the giant French toast that had that. I always love those obstacle courses, and then the fact that you can answer the question or just say physical challenge, Yeah. And then there was like Family Double Dare, and God, there's a ton of them. But yeah, Double Dare is my number one. And then I'm going to jump right into my Potent Notables. Mm-hmm. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Wild and Crazy Kids, which I remember the concept, but I just remember loving it. And then, like all those game shows, Guts, Legends of the Hidden Temple. You can't do that on television. You remember that?
Only by name. I don't remember the show.
The crazy thing about that, like I had to look that up because I know that's where it came from. Anytime someone said, I don't know, that's when they got slimed.
Oh.
When the green slime came down. So You Can't Do That on Television was almost like a variety. It was like a sketch comedy almost, like all that. Or
was Keenan in that?
No, this was way before him, actually. Wow. Maybe if the show, but this show started in like the 70s in Canada, I guess.
Wow.
So actually, I don't even know if it's an original Nickelodeon, but when the slime, associating it there. And then, Hey Dude.
Okay. For me, Rugrats, Keenan and Kel, Double Dare,
nice.
Guts, Wild and Crazy Kids. I kind of lumped them all together, but I liked all of those shows. If you ask me specific questions about them, I'm not going to be able to tell you, but I do remember like a bunch from.
Do you remember what the giant mountain was they climbed at the end of Guts?
I could pick it out of a...
By giant mountain, it was like 25 feet tall.
Crag?
Aggro Crag.
Okay, I was like Craggle Rock.
Yeah,
I was somewhere
you got halfway. There. Good enough.
And then the other one, now this was a weird one because I feel like I was too old at this point for Nickelodeon.
Okay.
But this show was like kind of cool. If I was a little bit younger, it probably would have been on my list or something. But Blue's Clues? I liked Blue's Clues.
I have...
Mail Time, all that stuff. Doesn't matter. You don't have to say it.
No. I was just really quickly, I thought of putting this on my negatives just because of an experience I had once where a woman told me once, she's like, you look like the guy from Blue's Clues because I was wearing a shirt like that. And it was funny. Fuck. I can't ever wear this again.
I don't know. I like that show.
I'll tell you afterwards where I was at, which is what makes it so funny.
All right. On to our bottom three, our least favorite shows. I'll start off with number 3, which was a game show that I just didn't like. I mean, it was fine, but it was not Guts. It was not Double Dare. Double Dare was the real deal. That was for real. This is Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Okay.
I just don't like, I don't know, what's those things called that they stack on top of one another?
Totems.
Totem poles. I don't like totem poles.
They creep you out?
Yeah, they creep me out. So.
All right.
I didn't like the host of the show either. I don't think he was kind of like, hey man, like,
okay,
whatever. The show didn't do much for me.
Okay, so I have to preface my bottoms here by saying that I feel kind of bad because 2 of these, or maybe all of them, are more children's shows that I developed hatreds for
later
with my kids when I had to watch these shows. Because honestly, I think like Nickelodeon, I just didn't watch shows I didn't like. So, I don't really... So, anyway, my bottoms. Number 3 is a show called Ni Hao Kai Lan. It's about a little Chinese girl, and the whole episode is her just talking obnoxiously and annoyingly. So, I don't even know if my kids liked it, but this was a show that was always on after Bubble Guppies, which I got to give a shout out for my Potent Notables. I forgot to mention Bubble Guppies was awesome. Okay. But yeah, Ni Hao Kai Lan, just an annoying show with just a little girl with a really annoying voice.
I've never heard of it, and I hope to never see it. Yeah. My number 2 is Hey Dude.
Okay.
This kind of, I don't like country music, like current country music.
Yeah.
I don't like anything about horses or dude ranches or none of that interests me. Kid Rock, none of it at all is something that I'm into.
I agree.
And Hey Dude,
I guess maybe I liked it in the 80s. But...
Hey Dude was just something that was like something that was always on when I was trying to watch Salute Your Shorts. So I was like, I don't want to watch this. I want to watch Salute Your Shorts. Get Hey Dude out of here.
Christine Taylor was on it, though.
Yeah, and I don't even know if the dates line up. If that was actually
no,
true,
you might be right.
Yeah, it's just every time I saw it, I was like, this show sucks.
Yeah.
But
Get the hell off the screen. I want Bobby Budnick.
But it doesn't suck as much as my number 1, which we'll get to shortly.
All right, my number 2, actually, this is another one you've probably never heard of. It's the Fresh Beats Band. This is just another one of those, like, and it was funny when I was going over this with Joni. It's kind of sad because it's like this is like the end of an era almost, like with kids being excited about live. Because like everything's tablets and stuff now. Yeah. This was almost like, not Yo Gabba Gabba, but it was kind of a variety show. No, more like the Mickey Mouse Club, I guess, because you had kids like singing and dancing.
Okay.
But and then stupid stories in between the singing and dancing. And yeah, like I said, when you see it enough times, you start to hate it.
Okay. My number 1 is Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh.
I've never been a fan of things that scare you. I've never been a fan of horror movies or anything like that. And this, once I saw that it was like
there's some
dark,
legit scary stuff in there, man.
I was out.
Yeah.
There's a Boy Meets World episode that's like a creepy one. I hate that episode. This, to me, was just the worst. I never wanted to see that. Anytime this was on, I'd turn the TV off and I would go read my Bible or do anything else because... That's the devil's work. Is Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Submitted Keep it away for your approval by the Midnight Society.
Stop it!
It's good
Stop
stuff.
it.
Okay, my number 1 is the Dude Perfect show. Do you know these guys? You ever heard of Dude Perfect?
Yeah, they do all the crazy stunt shots.
I give them all the credit in the world for the success that they have gained, and they do really good things, like with schools and stuff. They supply a lot of like sports equipment. Like, at my daughter's schools, it's like I see their logo on like everything.
Wow, that's
so
cool.
It's cool. It's awesome for them. My thing just with like trick shots and stunts and stuff, because I see them all the time on like online. It's like, if you give me 8 hours, I can probably hit that too.
Yeah.
And I know that, but the thing, their videos are like so fun because they've got the fame. They've got money to do these things at like Seattle's, the stadiums and whatnot, when I got to do it in my basement.
I'm shooting from the 300 level of a stadium.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I got to bounce and whatnot. It's like, well, I don't have the means to do that right now. Yeah. But I also just think they're kind of obnoxious, and they're just, it's a lot of like, hey, like everyone always pushing each other out of the way to like keep getting in front. And it's like, I'm Tim and I'm Brian and I'm Ryan. We're Dude Perfect.
In my algorithm, there's like a fat lady. Have you ever seen I don't want to say fat lady, but she's a larger lady.
Okay.
She's a fat lady. And she does all these weird trick shots where like, it'll be a basketball court and she'll have like, one of those like bouncy balls you would sit on or something
the
like
pogo
that.
Balls.
And she'll like hit a softball with that thing and then she'll wait to see it and then it goes in and then she celebrates every time.
Okay.
And it shows how long it took her 4 hours to make it. I was like, all right, well, like that's not cool.
When you literally like, because you notice that like Joni and I talk about it all the time, and it's just like jealousy. It's like these like the couples who make like family videos that are funny, and it's like they still live in like $1 million homes, and it's like that's why they make these videos, because it's like you can show off the things you have.
I guess I'm jealous that you have 4 hours to do this. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. I saw one that was like a guy who for 2 years he's been trying to get on Dude Perfect, like one of their shows. Okay. And so he's been doing all these things, and now his latest video was like, it's been 2 years and they still haven't let me on this show. And I was like, dude, who cares? It's their show, first of all.
Well, the thing is, like, that just opens up a gate then. It's just like, well, that guy, he finally got on, so now everyone's like, well, I'll eventually get on.
Yeah, so, dude, not perfect.
And then actually, I don't think, like I said, I didn't have any potent notables.
Okay, I got a couple, and these are all kind of mid-level. I don't not like these, but they are... So one of them is SpongeBob. I've never seen SpongeBob. I don't know too much about SpongeBob. I was kind of impressed because my boss is 60 years old, and I work with a bunch of guys who are like 26, 27.
Okay.
And so they'll always ask each other questions. Like, he asked them, like, what's 3 divided by 2? And, like, it takes all of them to figure it out, right? Because math is hard for the young generation. And then they'll be like, name 5 characters in SpongeBob. And he got, like, 4 of them. That's or something. Good. Which I
could do that.
Outside of SpongeBob, I couldn't get any of them. Yeah. That's how little I've seen it. But from what I've seen, I was like, oh, I would probably have given this a shot when I was younger. But I don't really know too much about it. So I just wanted to bring it up and have you talk about it, but you already did.
Well, you know what, really quickly, I'm probably not much further than you are as far as how much SpongeBob I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of grew up in the culture, honestly, working at a video arcade where a lot of the prizes were SpongeBob stuff. It's like, I kind of like learned a lot from people telling me about this stuff. It's like, oh, this is his best friend, and all this stuff. Yeah. But the show itself, I have watched before, and it is very funny for what it is. I mean, for like a show for adults or kids, but then the dad that has to sit and watch with is like, huh, this is actually really funny.
Yeah, that's why it's like my mid-level, because I just don't know anything about it. Ren and Stimpy's kind of in there too, because I thought it was clever, but I was never huge into it because it was just too creepy. It was too creepy for me, and that's not what I look for or whatever. I always thought it was weird, but there were parts you watched. Log was like huge. Log was like
it's
massive.
So dumb.
It's like so dumb and so like funny.
It's big, it's heavy, it's wood.
It was just good, and so that's in my like middle section. And then this one might be Hattori Hanzo might never listen to this podcast again because
he needs that excuse.
He might be the I don't know for sure. I think Bishop is, but we'll see about this. But Pete and Pete, you ever watch Pete and Pete?
I mean, I've watched it, but yeah, I'm kind of impartial on it.
I'm kind of impartial too. There was parts of it that I thought were okay, but then some of it I was like, this is just too out here for me. And now like you see. Pete is one of the Pete's is doing like shows where he like signs autographs and then he looks the same except he's like 60. He kind of looks like Casey.
Like the little one or the taller one?
I think the little one.
Okay.
But either way, I was never a huge Pete and Pete fan, and it was but I was not against it. Like if it was on, I might keep it on. So that was another like mid-level.
So it was just two brothers named Pete, correct? Was there a story behind that in the show?
I'm sure there was. I know there was Zeke the plumber, or no, that was Sawyer Shorts. Yeah, I was gonna say I liked Zeke the plumber, and it's from a different show. But there was something on Pete and Pete that was like that, right? Like a neighbor. There was a weird neighbor guy. Or so. I don't know. That's how little watched it. So Nickelodeon.
Wasn't there like
shows.
a bully named Open Face or something? Does that sound familiar? I feel like there was like someone on that show named Open Face. That might sound really weird, but there was a bully on the show, I believe.
Yeah, who knows? And that's why it didn't make either one of our lists.
No.
And that's it for the show this week. We've got nothing to plug next week, which next week will be our 99th
99.
And
we should talk about our favorite Dan Hampton games.
We're not going to do that. We'll see you next week.
Later.